Hey everybody, Mr. Macintosh here, and in today's video, this is going to be part 3 of my Windows 10 ARM Edition virtualization on Apple Silicon Macs. Part 1 was to get it working with QEMU and multiple terminal commands. Part 2 was getting to work with a new GUI wrapper, UTM Application, that will do the same thing as ACVM, but it has some extra customizable options that I think you'll really enjoy. Part 4 will be all the things that'll get it to work. We need network, we need file sharing working for you to be able to transfer files, and that will be in part 4. Let's jump in and get started. A lot of things have changed since that first video came out that I walked you through using QEMU to be able to install Windows 10 on your Apple Silicon Mac. I want to give you guys all the options to be able to run Windows 10 ARM Edition on your Mac to pick out the one that you like the best. So far we've got 3 and they're all great contenders to be able to get it working. But in this video we're going to talk about UTM app, and it's a wonderful application that gives you a lot of customizable options to be able to run Windows 10 ARM Edition or Ubuntu Linux, and that might be part 5 if you guys want to see that. So to be able to get UMT working, all we need to do is download the application here at this page, and I'll include a link to these instructions. Click on this guy, it'll download UMT here. Here's the latest release here. We'll scroll down to the changes, we'll download the DMG. It brings it right down to your downloads folder. While we're waiting though, I've already got it downloaded, so we'll fire it up the UMT app. There it is. All we need to do now is open up Finder, a new window here, and we're going to drag it to the applications folder. Okay, all we need to do is go into applications here. We'll scroll down and fire up UTM. The great thing about this application is each time you create a new virtual machine, it saves the virtual machine in your documents folder. So you don't have to modify the original file. It keeps the entire copy in there, so when you make the changes, you can still keep your original file. And I'll show you that a little bit more in a minute once we get this set up. So the first thing we need to do is create a new virtual machine. We need to set a name for it, so we'll call it Windows 10. We can just leave the generic icon, or we can select operating system. The next thing we need to do is move over to the system. The hardware architecture is we're going to scroll up and we're going to do ARM64. And now we need to set the memory of the VM. The memory always has to do with the amount of memory that you have on the machine. If your Apple Silicon Mac has 8 gigabytes, I recommend running, and most people recommend running 4 gigabytes of RAM, so your Apple Silicon still has 4 gigabytes of RAM to run the operating system. If you have a 16 gigabyte Apple Silicon Mac, obviously you can run 8 gigabytes of RAM to give the Windows 10 version a little bit more RAM. So that's it. All we need to do is move to the drives. We actually have to create now an imported drive. We're going to select the VHDX virtual file here. We're going to go to the desktop. We're going to go to our Windows 10 that we just downloaded. This is our VHDX Windows 10 Insider Edition of ARM Windows 10, downloaded from Microsoft's site once we signed up to the Insider program. I'll include a link in the description to make sure that you know where to get that download, and it's about an 8.17 gigabyte file. So we'll click open here. And now you can see that there's one change that we need to make is in the interface. We need to select NVMe. All right, now if you wanted to, we can actually select a new drive. We could do a ISO or something like that in here if we want to, a USB drive to be able to attach something, but we're not going to do that right now. We need to click save. The new virtual machine goes up here. All we need to do is hit play on the new virtual machine, and there it is. Now remember to change that resolution, just click inside there and hit escape when you get that boot options. We'll go down to the device manager here and hit enter. We'll hit the down arrow down to the platform configuration, hit enter, and move it down to 1024 by 768. We'll hit escape, Y to save. We'll hit escape again. We'll arrow down to reset, and the virtual machine will reset, and now we're in our high resolution. All we need to do is wait for the boot options. It's going to boot us to the Windows 10 installer. And if you get stuck at this screen, there's a bug in the current version of this UTM app. So I'll show you what that is. If it gets stuck at that screen, this is going now, but if you do get stuck, go up to here, go to the preferences of UTM, uncheck this box right here and recheck it, and it should start the VM. It depends. I don't know if you're going to get that, but if you do, do that. And I got to give a huge shout out here to OSY. He helped me figure that out. And he said that that is going to be fixed in the next version at UTM. So really exciting stuff here. So we'll go back to the VM here. Now, all you need to do is go to this setting. We're going to jump here to when we're back. Before I start the new VM that's already been loaded and I walk through the entire setup, I wanted to show you where they store the files. You go open up a Finder window, go into your Documents folder, and here is the virtual machine. And look, you can actually see in here that they do include the entire VM file. You can tell by the size here, and you can tell that the one that I set up here is 11 gigabytes compared to the one that is brand new and fresh downloaded from Microsoft. So to go into here, all you need to do is right click on it, show the package contents, and you can see the configuration plist in here, and inside the images folder is the VHDX virtual machine file that you're going to use. And what's neat about it here is that you can close this and you can click on this and you can clone it. So you can have multiple versions of the VM. How cool is that? So let's get this one started here. And remember, we'll click on here and we'll hit escape so we can change that resolution. Now I put in an issue here to be able to get the resolutions to be saved across restarts. And hopefully by the time you guys are watching this, that'll already be implemented. And when you go in here to save the resolution, it'll already be savable. So we'll go back in here and we'll switch that again to 1024 by 768, exit out again, and we will restart. There we go. UTM, great application. It works really well, a lot of customizable features, and that's it. I've shown you now 3 different ways to run Windows 10 ARM Edition on Apple Silicon. And what's interesting is, who knows, in the future there might even be another one that comes out, but for now, these 3 options give us enough ways to be able to pick one that you like that's the most customizable to work for you. So, Part 4. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to set up the internet. I'm going to show you how to mount an ISO volume. I'm going to also show you how to set up file sharing so you can transfer files between your Apple Silicon Mac to the Windows 10 VM. We'll catch you in the next video. Thank you.